welcome everyone to another
Welcome
live
everybody.
session.
Welcome. Yeah.
Okay, so today we have Jason with us. I'm just going to give a small intro. We are going to be
Hello.
talking about intimate piercing. So Jason has been a professional body piercer for over 16 years. He's been working and educating in India and Europe, besides running a successful tattoo and piercing studio for almost 2 decades. Jason, as you can see, has also a salon, and what you can't see is a cafe
Yeah.
in the salon, or the salon in the cafe, whatever,
They're all next to each
in
other. Yeah.
Malad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and for those who don't know where Malad is in Mumbai, India.
Yep.
Okay, welcome, Jason.
Thank you. Thank you,
How
Aili.
are
Nice.
you?
I'm super duper. How are you doing?
I'm good. Just recovering from our small event.
Yeah, I know. Awesome event. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely having you there, and lovely having you here today.
Same.
All right. So let's start with a bit about yourself.
Okay.
Tell us. I mean, it's a very different journey. I think here in India to become a tattoo piercing artist. So how did you get into what you are doing right now? What has been the path for you?
It's largely been a hobby. Art has been a hobby for me, and that's something that I wanted to move on to, bring it out to people and stuff like that. So, but I can work art with, different body parts, along with metal and bling and stuff like that is what gives me a lot of joy. And over the years, I have been able to build a client base that understands that making random holes is not the only thing about piercings. So I have a lot of clients with whom we have piercings planned for the next 1 to 2 years, about 12 to 20 piercings planned for the next 1 to 2 years. And they are
Wow.
gradually getting piercings done in different places, so that there is a proper aesthetic look given to the jewelry that they would like to add in the future. So it's not just like make holes, but then work artistically around it.
Right, cool. And any challenges that you face in doing what you're doing at the moment?
So the thing is, one of the challenges that we as professional piercers face a lot is to move the people from, trauma-based piercings, which is a gunshot piercing or a wire piercing done by a jeweler, to the professional side of piercing. And so that is one of the challenges that we face, and we are constantly educating people as to how the healing process is different, how the passage created is different, and all of that, and it works better for people in the long run. So one is a competition with jewelers and gunshot piercers,
Right.
where it's just a 1 second job and you're done. And we are here working with hygiene, anatomy, understanding of how the nerve system is there and stuff like that. And so that is one of the challenges, but it's fun. It's fun because people are also educating themselves online and understanding the professional side of piercing. So the industry as a whole is growing wonderfully.
Cool. And are there any differences? You said that you've worked in Europe as well. So what are some differences between clients? So what clients want here and, what clients want in Europe? Or like, are there any trends or cultural differences?
Just like tattooing, where India and a few countries are like probably a few years behind to follow what is happening in other countries. Even with piercings, we are probably a few years behind, but we are not too far behind. From a difference perspective, I think one of the glaring differences that I've seen is people out there not only keep on changing their jewelry very regularly, but they will go to a piercing studio to change it regularly. Uh, but here in India, we are so well versed with playing with our jewelry and understanding, how to change it. It's a little different. So yeah, there are certain things that are different, and people experimenting with unique piercings, people experimenting with facial piercings or even intimate piercings and stuff like that. So there's a difference with the acceptance and all of that, or boldness.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you've seen that there's been some changes in the past few years in India. Like what are some of the changes with respect to what you do to piercing and especially intimate piercing?
From just standard piercings perspective, like I said, the acceptance level has grown exponentially, and people are ready to experiment and take on our suggestions as to what would look different for you, what would look nice for you, and how the healing process is, because each part of the body will have a different healing process. Each person's healing process or the time taken would be different. So that is growing. From the intimate piercings perspective, I think in the last 3 or 4 years, like in Europe, I would do probably 10, 5 to 10 a week for intimate piercings. And going back a few years, in India, here in Mumbai, I would do probably a few a month. But that has increased to a few a week now. And we have loads of people coming in for intimate piercings with different forms of expression and reasons why they want to get it. So if you break down intimate piercings, it'll be primarily nipple piercings or genital piercings,
Okay.
And for the question you asked, we've had the number of women or vulva owners that have explored the realm of intimate piercings has grown exponentially, and there have been various reasons that they have spoken to me about as to why they're getting it and stuff like that,
Can you give me some of the reasons? Like, what are some of the reasons that people get intimate piercings done?
Okay, so one would be the aesthetic value. It looks beautiful. I feel good about it. And, I'd love to have jewelry in these different parts of my body. So that would be one, I can say. Two is from a pleasure perspective. And so there's a term called stigmatophilia. And it means a person deriving self-pleasure out of piercings in various parts of the body, or even the partner of that person deriving pleasure in the partner's piercings. So there is a pleasure aspect involved in there, a sexual pleasure aspect involved in there. There is also a streak of BDSM aspect with piercings that is at a different level altogether. I've also had a lot of survivors who have come in to get their nipples pierced, and they've, like a few that I've spoken to, it's a kind of a revolution, or is the way they would like to express the survivors, the entire thought process around what has happened and how they have moved on and how they're trying to make things better for them. And it's always it is a struggle, and it's a back and forth. Then I also have, so there's something called as inverted nipples, and a lot of vulva owners have the the inverted nipples, and a proper nipple piercing can resolve the nipples to be out, and I've had a lot of vulva owners get this done, and I can recall one of the experiences where there's someone who got it done, and she would constantly message me after that saying that, I can't even tell you how much of my confidence level you have elated and stuff like that. And I'm like, I mean, it shouldn't have been that bad. And then she narrated the incidents of her college days, her boarding days, where she was laughed upon because of how her anatomy was. So
Hmm.
I've had a lot of people who've come in to get the inverted nipples rectified, and it's it's a very proud moment for me that I'm able to help someone, get over a barrier that has been a struggle for them.
Do you feel that like the pandemic has anything to do with people going exploring or getting things done and just going wild, like, okay, now I'm gonna get my clit pierced, or like when you get pierced down there, what do you actually pierce? Which pieces of your
Okay, so you said clit piercing. So there's no such thing as clit
yeah.
piercing except for
Yeah.
certain tribes which do literal mutilation. This is a piercing that's done on the
No.
hood. This is a different type
Yeah.
of a piercing which is done on the
Okay.
hood, and it has pleasure possibilities and stuff like that. Uh, uh, but
So
to
on
the
the hood,
question that you,
like below or like above? Can
there's
you
something
like
called as
explain it?
there's something called as a vertical clit hood piercing, and there's something called as
Okay.
a horizontal clit hood piercing.
All
Uh,
right.
how do I explain? Your clit, there's a hood over it. There's a gap between the
Yeah.
hood is where it gets pierced. And
Ah.
yes. So
Somebody says that you are blushing.
you need
Somebody commented
precision.
it.
Hey, Melissa. I've never been asked a question upfront in public, Mel. A lot of people have had a lot of comments. We'll get to comments in some time once Aili's asked questions and got me blushing and stuff like that. But yeah, so there are various types of piercings within for gentle piercings for the vulva owners, and there are like about uh, close to 12 placements that people can work with. Also, it is anatomy
Oh.
based, and there are basic piercings, there are extreme piercings, a lot of different things. Same thing for penis owners also could have probably about 10 to 12 different types of
That's amazing.
piercings. Yes. So it's not just like a one size fits all piercing. And
Yeah.
so it needs a lot of precision, it needs a lot of anatomy understanding, it needs a lot of expertise to be able to get it right the first time itself, and so yeah, I mean, that's something that I
Yeah.
specialize in.
Yeah. And do you get like people know what they want, or you help them decide? Like, do people do research, obviously, but then
Yes. So in all honesty, I think 95% or probably 99% of the vulva owners will
huh.
have done their research, and they would ask specific questions. This is the piercing I'm looking at. Tell me its healing process, blah blah blah. So it's perfect. It's fabulous for me to answer those questions because they're all specific. They come with a lot of homework and research and stuff like that. But then it also, like I said earlier, it's anatomy dependent. So it's not like
Yeah.
everybody can get all types of piercings. So there are times I would do a consultation and then decide on a piercing date, or do a consultation and then decide which piercing the specific person can get for this, for gentles or whatever. Yes, you are right. In the last 2 years, things have changed drastically. And I think the pandemic gave people time to think, time to know themselves, time to fight for what they want, And like I said earlier, that it makes me proud that, and I'm specifically speaking about women or vulva owners here, where they have come out, with self-expression. They want to go and get done whatever the hell they want to get done with no barriers, nobody to ask questions, and stuff like that. And it's just fabulous because it's like some kind of a movement has erupted where the strength of a woman is just out there, and it's just a fabulous feeling. Uh, and also from a pain perspective, women have a way, 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 way higher pain threshold than us men.
Yeah, because we go
So
through periods every month.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, those are the things that us men can't even relate to, and
Mm.
and so I don't understand the word weaker sex. There's no way that a woman is a weaker sex. It's the man that's a weaker sex. You know what I mean? So, but because I do so many piercings and I have more vulva owners not even flinch during piercings, whereas penis owners have had like ouch and all of those things.
Do you have like a message to people who are getting new piercings done?
Uh, One simple message. I just said that India has a lot of fabulous professional piercing artists. If you want to get a new piercing, please always go to a professional piercing artist. Research your
Oh
piercer.
yeah.
Just as much as you would spend time to research on the piercing that you would want, it's important to also see if the piercer that you're going to has done those piercings in the past and has the expertise to do it for you in the right way. So always walk in to a professional piercing studio. Yeah.
So how do you find out if someone has done? I mean, obviously people won't have, like, do you have photos of things that you've done down there or somewhere?
I do have certain censored or blurred out images of intimate piercings that I've posted on my profile. Uh, as to
Hmm.
how experienced that person is, you know.
All right. So
And
it's a kind of connection that you get.
yes, yes. Like I have people coming from different parts of the country for intimate piercings to me. They book in advance, fly in, fly out, and stuff like that. So, that's because they kind of see the work that I've done. They see the experience that I come with. They see the expertise that I hold, and that helps me a lot. You also need to be calm and comfortable with the person that you are in front of when you're getting intimate piercings. And I'm thankful that I'm able to give that kind of confidence to all the lovely people that come to me for piercings. So that's like a big thank you to everyone.
But how do you, obviously you're a guy, and how do you get a woman or a vulva owner to trust you and fiddle down there? Because like for example,
Fiddle down there. Okay.
because sometimes I hear a lot of friends who have issues going to like a male gynac. So I mean, obviously it's a similar type of experience. I would say in fact I would say it's more ritualistic. So it is even more meaningful than going to a gynac. Obviously you are getting a piercing done because of a purpose. You are doing something with meaning. So yeah, how do you deal with that?
Fortunately for me, I've not had like probably 1% of the inquiries that I get would ask me, "Oh, do you have a female piercing artist for
Hmm.
intimate piercings?" But I would say 99% who have connected with me would have obviously done their research as to what I do,
Right.
how I do it, and what's my experience and stuff like that. So I've not had that kind of a challenge. Fortunately, I'm very thankful about it that the trust is there in a very strong way, and
Yeah.
And when they are here at the studio, like I have a fabulous team that will make them comfortable, ease down their nerves if they have any kind of challenges and stuff like that. And we get it done.
Age groups? Can you
So,
give a sense of?
I think the largest age group that does this is no, actually I can't break it down because for nipple piercings there have been people. So I don't do intimate piercings for someone below 18,
Right.
unless there's a parental consent.
Parents, yeah,
Parents along
yeah.
with it. But like if I break it down into nipple piercings, then I have done piercings between 18 to 40 as well. But for genital piercings, the larger group is between 25 and 35 or 40, stuff like that. Yeah, 25 to 40 kind of a thing. And so there are even couple piercings where people come in as a couple and get piercings for reasons, various reasons, for genital piercings and stuff like that. So that also happens.
That's so romantic.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
No, I mean, it could be romantic, but the way I see it is largely more pleasurable than the romantic aspect of it. But yeah, maybe romantic as well.
But it's like exchanging rings, right?
That's well put. Well said.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And my last question: where in India have people come to get stuff done by you? Intimate piercing. Like, is it mainly cities, small towns, random villages? I don't know.
See, because I'm based largely in Mumbai. I do have the largest clientele here in Mumbai. But I've also had people come in from Gujarat, from Hyderabad, from Bangalore. I even traveled to Pune and Goa, so I've done a lot of piercings in Pune and Goa as well. Stuff like that. I do get a lot of requests of especially husbands telling my wife cannot come to the studio. And would you come home and do the piercings? And I'm like, no, I can't do that. Like, so if you want it, if you really want it from me,
I know.
Yeah, you need to come to the studio. So,
I think that Zomato delivery has ruined the business for everyone.
Yeah, I'm not on Zomato as yet. Yeah.
Oh man, we should do it though. That's so cool. We should have like a.
Yeah, and I'll have a piercing, Mr. Piercer van.
I can be the man. I can try.
Oh, sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Great. I'm done with my questions, all my silly questions. But
no, it was fun. It was fun. I mean, they were not silly. They were like to the point. So that's fabulous.
Yeah, it's just like general curiosity. It's like once I got hold of you, then I thought I'll ask everything.
Yeah. True.
Cool. All right. So thank you again for
thank you so much for having me.
Live. Yeah, and maybe we can do something soon. Maybe I'll come to your studio and we can set up like an intimacy booth.
Absolutely.
Where while people are getting their intimate piercings done, we can chat about their intimate lives as well. That would be like a good combo.
Perfect. Yeah, we need to work on that.
All right. Thank you so much, Jason. And have a lovely Sunday, whatever is remaining.
You as well. It was fabulous. This chat was fabulous. This live was fabulous. Thank you so much for having me. It was fun.